Hello, listeners, and the Let's Talk About It community. Listen, welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast where we discuss life, love, marriage, ministry, and money. Listen, I have a special guest, so make sure you get your pen, piece of paper, all of that great stuff, and let's rock out as we have an interesting topic that we're going to be discussing. So here we go. Let's grow.
We're learning life, embracing love, managing marriage, maneuvering in ministry, and managing money. Welcome to the Let's Talk About It podcast.
So I have a special guest with me today, and we're going to be discussing life. You know, we always talk about life, love, marriage, ministry, or money. So now we're going to be talking about life. This person is near and dear to me and a part of our ministry, and I can't wait to add her on so you can just kind of learn more. So let's just get into it. Here we go. Get into it. What's up?
Hey.
I have none other than Sister Rhonda that is with us. And we're going to be talking our topic today. And before we get into the topic, I want to say thank you so much for being a part of this
Right.
conversation and kind of tell them who you are, where you're from, all of that great stuff.
Okay, I'm Rhonda Lee. I'm from Cold Spring. I've lived here forever. I'm a mom and a grandmom of three. Um, I'm a member of New Destiny. I've been a member for 10 years now. I didn't realize that.
I know.
I'm also a business owner. So I'm starting a new journey and I'm nervous about it, but excited all at the same time.
I'm excited. So, y'all, if you don't know, yes, I am a pastor's wife and pastor alongside my husband. She is a part of our church, our ministry. And I wanted to make sure that this month, as I have different conversations, I want to have different conversations with people that are near and dear to my heart. And I have had the opportunity to see, and if you know, I put it in all my books, the butterfly morphosis experience in their lives. And so I wanted to have this conversation with you because I've had a chance, and she said yes to the conversation.
Right.
I don't think it was just because of me. I think it was like, it's time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the topic today that we're discussing is life after divorce. This is not my cup of tea. I don't know nothing about this. But I know that there's a woman out there, there's a man out there that may be experiencing what you've already experienced. And I wouldn't say it's still kind of I don't know, but just kind of tell us, how is it now that how long were you married, first of all?
I was married for 20 years before the separation. So we were still married, legally married for like 21 years. So it's a long time. And you don't think about how big of a chunk that is of your life to be with somebody.
Yeah.
So to starting over at my age is like, that's not what I saw for myself.
Yeah.
So, but it has to be, it wasn't my plan, but I do see now that it was God's plan. So, I'm ready for it. I wasn't at the time, and I can say that it was going through that is traumatic. It's a traumatic experience. It's something that you can't explain that to somebody unless you've gone through it to know. And it's essentially it's a death of a relationship. That's how I felt about it. It was a death of a relationship because you go through the grieving of that relationship, grieving of what you were used to and what you knew, and grieving for the person that you used to be because now you're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me this. I want to know how old, if you don't mind asking, how old were you when y'all started dating?
I 30 something. Like no, I was 27.
27.
27.
So
Yeah.
27 to
Now I just turned 55 yesterday.
happy belated birthday.
Yes.
Yeah. So to now, all you knew
Right.
was you and him.
Yeah. That was it. That was it. And so the idea of getting to know somebody else, like that's a whole different ball game. Like,
So, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, that's all I can think of. Like getting to know somebody on that level
Yeah.
of, somebody that know everything about you.
Gotcha.
Open yourself up to that again.
Again,
Yeah.
all over again.
All over again.
And maybe to do the same thing that the other
Yeah.
person did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because one day you're married
Right.
and life is going. And did you know that you were going to be getting a divorce? Was there any inkling of a thought that this was happening?
No.
You
Not
had
at
no idea.
no idea. No idea. When I say blindsided, yeah, it was blindsided. But I can say that um, if I hadn't have gotten to know God for myself, this would have broke me. If I hadn't have been already rooted in the church, rooted in the word, and going for the church for myself, this would have broke me.
And I remember when you came to the church, you actually came because of him, right?
Right.
He was going to the church and you came because of him.
Right.
So that day you are married, y'all are in church, and he's a leader in church, and we're not going to name names because that doesn't matter. But he was a leader within the church, and those that know the story, they just know, they don't know the fullness, but
Yeah,
they're going to know today. But because I still feel like I gotta protect him. Is that crazy?
Right.
I still feel like, oh my God, I gotta protect you. I'm sorry. I have to protect him, but I understand too that this is when I thought about doing this, I thought about, man, I want to do this podcast season 2 with those that have a story.
Right.
And I have seen them come out triumphant. I have seen them walk in victory. And I thought that it was going to break you. I thought, I'm not going to lie to y'all, I don't even know if I had faith that you were going, all I could do is speak it, but I don't know if I really believed it, because that's a long time with a man that you have been with and y'all have children together.
Right.
So it's like, that's a whole nother ball game. So how was it? Let's start at the beginning. Can we start at the beginning?
Yes.
So you guys met, you was in love, like kind of tell me where you were. Like, were you comfortable in the marriage? Was he the one that made sure you were good? Was he good to you? How did that work?
Well, I can say that the beginning, like us getting together, we were together like 4 years before we got married.
Okay.
And we got married in 2002, and we didn't have our son until 2006. So it wasn't like I went into the relationship thinking that it was going to turn into that. I wasn't at that point. So it took me a while to be convinced that this one is going to stick around. I'll say that.
Okay.
So once it got to the point where I felt like I could really open up and all that, then we started talking about getting married and things like that. So that was like somebody that I told everything, like knew everything.
He knew everything about you.
Yeah. So that was like, but you can say that. And now that I look back and I think, do we really know the people that we're with? Like for me, I thought I did. but people are only going to let you see what they want you to see.
Yeah.
So, and I can say, I mean, it was good. It was good until it wasn't, you know,
So
like,
when did it get? Go ahead.
no, it was good until it wasn't. It was like certain things would happen, certain things would be said, and it made me like question things. When I was growing and changing, that was a problem. Like the people that are for you and that encourage you, you would think would be the people that are the closest to you. And why would you not want somebody to improve, especially if it's not improving or changing to the point where you are hurting the people in your family? If it's something that's going to help the entire family, why is that a problem?
Right.
I had to realize that the changing and the level that I was trying to go to and trying to get to, there was nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with learning and growing.
So when you started changing, because I remember you joined my Butterfly Academy. I never forget that, our mentorship. And in that mentorship, I teach people how to get unstuck and identify who they are,
Right.
really to become a better you for you and for your spouse.
Right.
Not coming against the spouse, but becoming a better you for you and a better you for him as an individual. So would you say that what year was that he changed and you started changing?
It was after, was it before the pandemic? It may have been like, no, it had to be after the pandemic. I think it was after that time. So it was maybe 2021, around then. Yeah.
So you started changing. And when you say you started changing, what did you start? So tell me this. I want to go back just a little bit.
Okay.
Was, even though the marriage, it was great, it was perfect, was there any other downfalls or any other things that may have happened that could have caused or even gotten to this point?
I feel like because I was becoming my own person and not being totally dependent on everything that you said, that it was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I didn't question anything and just went along to get along, that was fine. But when I needed clarity on certain things, that's when, the problem started.
And when you say you needed clarity, what clarity?
Like anything, like if I said, what if we're spending money on X, Y, and Z, I want to know exactly what is being spent on. If we're going somewhere and doing something, how are we paying for this?
So, okay, wait, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you mean, because they don't know. So I even though I know this part.
Right.
So tell me this. So you didn't know he handled the money.
Right.
And you didn't know anything about the money.
No.
Do you feel a calling on your heart, but find yourself held back by doubt, fear, or overwhelm? The Butterfly Academy 90-Day Challenge is here to help you break free from what's been stopping you. This is more than a program. It's a sisterhood and a path forward for women of faith ready to step boldly into their God-given purpose. With weekly guidance, hands-on tools, and an empowering community, you'll build the confidence to overcome limiting beliefs, reignite your faith, and finally bring your vision to life. Don't wait on your purpose any longer. Join the BAM 90-Day Challenge today and become the woman God has called you to be.
You didn't know anything about the money?
No.
Because you trusted him. Why? Tell me why.
It was my husband.
Okay.
It was my husband. Like, if you're in, this is a partnership. It shouldn't be you're treating me like I'm your kid.
Right.
And you can't tell me, like, why would the things that's going on in the house, why aren't we discussing things that's going on in the house?
Right.
Why are we not discussing the money or anything that has to do with the family or us as individuals? Why aren't we discussing that? Why is it a problem when the questions are asked?
So basically, he run everything, not just the money.
Everything.
It was everything being run. So you just kind of woke up, went to work, and he handled everything else in the house.
Yes.
Wow. So so I got to ask you this then. Were you ever at a moment of not happy?
I think that I had made myself believe that it was normal. Like it was okay that this is how we were living. I didn't have anything to say, compare it to know that this is not right.
Got it.
So it didn't feel wrong. There was nothing about it that felt wrong or felt like it was not supposed to be that way. But then I started, seeing things and start questioning things and realizing that, no, this is not right.
This ain't right.
Right.
Yeah. So I know we wrote a book together.
Right.
Right. There's a Real Heal You. And there's a chapter that you wrote in that book.
Right.
That during the marriage, some things happen within yourself. And how about y'all got to read the book? No, I'm just playing. You got to read the book to know. But I know you had some moments of your own.
Right.
Within the marriage and some things happen. Would you want to share that or no? Let them read the book.
So in 2013, he had his own issues and things that was going on. We had talked about those things before, and it was always, I'm going to change, I'm going to do better, I'm not going to do any of that. And it got to the point where I just shut off, and it was like, this can't be, the rest of our lives can't be this. Yeah. So I end up leaving. I end up packing up and went to work, packed up all my stuff, went to work, and moved in with another man. And I left with the thought and the idea of, I'm not coming back. So because I want to make sure all my viewers are listening and kind of giving you a little bit more